So it's a 1982 Ford F250. It has the inline 6 engine on it, and the heater core is leaking. This morning when I went to work, I turned on the heater and it just steamed up the cab of the truck. So I'm working on trying to get the heater core replaced. Apparently you can't get this heater core out from the inside. So I took the glove box door and compartment out, and I took out the ducting for the heating system, and the heater core is right there, but there's no way to get the heater core out from the inside that I can see. So there's looks like there's 4 bolts that's holding the housing in place. I'm not sure what this is. I think this is just holding the insulation, the padding. But I think there's one up here, so that makes 3. I don't know if there's 4, but it looks like I can see 3. So there's 3 bolts that look like are holding on the, that might be for air conditioning. They're holding on the housing back there, so I can see spray back there. So it's probably more than just so I gotta replace this, the heater core. It's summertime right now, so it's not really that critical that it's operational, so I bypassed the heater core right now, so I can still operate the vehicle. I just don't have heat, and I won't be losing coolant, so I got bypassed. So we'll take off these bolts. It's like that one underneath there. There's one underneath there, and it looks like there's one that's mounted from this side over here. It's kind of hard to see that. Down here. There's probably one down below there somewhere. So I gotta get to that. So I think this housing will come off, and then I can take the heater core out from the gap in here, because it doesn't look like it'll feed to it that way. It'd be nice if they just put a little panel right on top here that you could just take off and then pull the heater core off, but it's not like that. It's not that simple. So more to it. Well, what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to take the nuts off of these bolts from the inside. So I did that, but this bolt down here, it's just spinning. And for me to get to the back side of that, I need to remove the cowling, which I don't know how hard this is going to be to remove. So I'm not going to try and do that. I could just cut away at that bolt, cut the bolt off and just use it as a pin, but the pin will probably fall inside, so it really won't really be a pin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a port in the plastic housing with a oscillating cutter. So I'm going to make a port right on the side here to get to the heater core, so I can slide the heater core out that way. So what's supposed to happen is that there's 2 pieces of plastic in here sandwiched together, holding the heater core. And the sandwich is held together with screws. Looks like about every 6 inches. Seems kind of I don't know. It seems kind of ridiculous because it could have just put a port right here to make it serviceable. So I don't know. So I'm going to make myself a port right here. Hopefully there's not going to be any joining unions inside here that I can't see or can't get to. So I'm just going to cut a little square out here, larger than the heater core. Pop that little port out and then slide the heater core out. Supposedly. I haven't tried it yet, so here we go. I've already cut along 3 sides already, so I need to make a 4th cut. And before I make a 4th cut, I have to make a mark. Oh, you know what it is? It looks like it's the pine needles are holding it in place. Oh. Yeah, it's the pine needles and everything. Okay, so this thing was packed with pine needles, and probably why it didn't slide out so easily. So I can clean this out. It was parked underneath the pine tree for God knows how long before I purchased it as a project truck. So I had to clean all the ducting, the cowling from pine needles that were piled in it, but I couldn't get to the heater core. So this will actually, I'll get better heat now. Get another core in here and clean this thing out. All this crap. Ah! So we got the heater core back from, well, not back, but we got the heater core from the auto parts store, and this is what it looks like. And this is what came out. So it's not exactly the same, but looks like it'll work out pretty good. This foam is pretty cheap, but I think it'll be okay. So let's stick this in there. So I have the new heater core in place, and it's sealed up and connected. This product for this application, he's a contractor, and it's they use it for flashing around windows, I think, and roofing, gutters. It's aluminum. It's pretty thick. It's not super thick, but it's pretty thick, and I believe it has butyl rubber on the backside as a gooey mastic. So I don't think I need to screw this in place with a plate or a bracket to cover this and secure it, because I think these hoses, the way it's sitting, it's pressing the heater core towards the firewall and not pulling it outwards. But I'll keep my eye on it and see if I see any movement in this. And I can always put a bracket on top angling down this way to hold it in place, or put a plate over here with a couple of screw locations holding it in place with pressure against it from a couple of screw points over here. But it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of force enacted upon it from the hoses. So that's it. That's the job.